Well, hey guys, Bart from Bicycle Rider YouTube, and I am back in Mississippi, back on my home trail, and totally stoked to be out here riding my mountain bike. So I just finished a good lap on my race bike, actually my cross-country race bike out here at the Bethel mountain bike trail system. One of my favorite places to ride a bike. And you know, as a veteran mountain biker, someone that's an OG, I actually ran into a friend the other day from Breckenridge, Colorado, that was there when we started riding with no suspension and what we thought were fat tires, knobby tires back in the day. Lowry State Park, and gosh, so many good times up in Summit County. Chris Etheridge, RIP, my friend. We were talking about you. I didn't realize there was a statue of you in downtown Breckenridge. But anyway, guys, I'm back from my European tour of cycling culture. Definitely did my brain good to get out there after you know, my dreams of owning a bike shop. Oh, let me stop here. It's so pretty out here. This is a part of the connector trails, but you get a good view of the sunset. So anyway, this is 2026, starting out this year with good vibes. Of course, as I was saying a second ago, you know, I went to Europe when I was, you know, my world was crashing down on me after losing my dream of owning a bike shop. I realize I'm not the only one. That's happened to bike shops all over the country right now. This is January 2026, and 2025 was a rough for the bicycle industry. But what I found was cycling culture is alive and well. It's the retail part of it that's tough. I of course started this YouTube channel way before I ever had a bicycle shop, because I loved cycling and sharing cycling. And you know, I think I've totally confused the quote YouTube algorithm, because I went from, you know, bicycle and gear reviews to more of lifestyle and coaching and cycling culture, and that doesn't know what to do with me anymore. But that's all right. I'm gonna keep doing my thing and sharing cycling culture with you, and my story as Bart Luther, aka the Bicycle Rider, as I come out of the retail world. And you guys know I loved owning a bicycle shop. My bicycle shop's still alive. I say that, you know, it failed me financially, but luckily it was sold to a local entrepreneur that has another bicycle shop in the area in Gulf Coast, Mississippi. And you know, since I've been back for Europe, I haven't been back to my old shop. It's changed locations just across the street, and luckily a lot of the employees still have their jobs. And of course, I haven't been nosy to ask how things are going, but I'll do that. I'll pop in with a camera. I'm gonna talk to Duncan first, make sure it's okay if I come in there with a camera. But they've made it through the Christmas season, which is good. And of course, I wish that shop and the employees and the owner, man, it's a good guy, good family man. I wish him good luck throughout this 2026. Whatever I can do to help, I will, except for, you know, lead the group rides and work, because I did enough of that. I did enough of that. The ROI wasn't good for me, unfortunately. Now that I've been back on the Gulf Coast and people are starting to find out I'm back in Biloxi, everybody's asking me, hey man, when are you going to be doing the rides and all that? Well, that was part of owning the bike shop. You know, that's a tough scenario there, because ROI, return of investment, and that investment is time and money. And when a local bike shop hosts rides constantly, does all this stuff, and the money is not coming in to support it, you can't say, you know, it's all overhead or bad business. I mean, sales cures everything. So if you have a chance, support your local bike shop. And I know that's hard. And as I've, you know, traveled the globe and now working on other ways to create income, you know, I'm looking at being a brand ambassador for different brands. And of course, I've got a lot of DTC brands offering me gear, offering me discount codes, offering me ambassadorships. And of course, I'm a guy that I'm going to test things out before I put things on. So even like this jersey, this is an Orion Ride jersey, a direct-to-consumer company. This jersey freaking rocks. They've sent me a couple pieces of clothing. I haven't done many videos on it, and I'm kind of torn with this DTC model, direct to consumer, rather than buying from your local bike shop. But you know what I'm finding out is everything's DTC. I mean, I was a Trek dealer and I competed with Trek, direct to consumer Trek. I'm a Specialized dealer, you know, competing with direct-to-consumer Specialized. And that goes with bikes and clothing. And I found out with clothing and stuff like that, you know, people didn't buy unless I put it at extreme discount. Extreme discount means I'm usually selling it lower than my cost. So there's a loss with it. So more people are buying their Specialized jerseys and Specialized pants and shorts and Trek and Bontrager and Candid. Most people are buying that directly from the consumer or directly from the company now, you know, so you can go direct to Trek and buy, you know, buy the clothing. It's good clothing. I love the Bontrager clothing. And yes, you know, being an insider or being a bike shop owner, yes, you do get a little margin from that, but believe me, the margin's not enough to keep you alive, or I'd still be owning a bike shop. So some companies were better than other. I'm not here to bash. You know, my channel is not to bash companies. Even when I was going broke owning the bike shop, I try to put a positive spin on that for people. You know, I mean, I shed a few tears because it was real. I couldn't feed my family anymore, and I was working, you know, constantly and just could not make money. And people say, man, I could have turned that bike shop around. No, believe me, I'm a businessman, and there's no, you could work, I could have saved it. You could have worked real hard and put even more effort into it. But I mean, I was working for peanut butter and jelly money and not even getting that. So, you know, 2026 brings new opportunities for me. So, I am going to be a brand ambassador for some direct-to-consumer companies. One is like Magic Shine Lights. Magic Shine is a Chinese manufacturer of lights. They just sell direct-to-consumer. I actually sold them in my bike shop, but it's a brand I've been using for about 18 years on the off-road racing scene, and they make amazing lights. So sometimes it's, you don't want to confuse some of these brands as the cheap direct-to-consumer brands, and I think I'm gonna showcase some of that stuff too. And I'm you know, as I'm torn between buying from the bike shop and DTC. I get it, you know, I don't own a bike shop anymore, so I'm having to pay full retail for stuff. And some of the stuff I can get online or for some of these companies, you know, I'm looking for that value. And some of it's really good. A lot of this Chinese manufacturing is amazing. I did a review on, not only a review, but a full summer long on some Super Team carbon wheels. They performed awesome, and they're a quarter of the cost of, you know, a Roval wheel set that, you know, I tested out too. So WindSpace, I'm testing out some WindSpace products. So I guess I'm a good candidate to test some of these direct consumer products because I know the top tier products. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to bash. I'm here to try to lift the cycling industry and also give insight into what's really going on. So when people say support your local bike shop, you're not going to have one, it's true. Luckily, you know, I sold my bike shop. More on that story, you know, I sold it for less than I owe, so I still owe money on a bike shop I don't own anymore. So I'm in some real financial difficulties, but I'm figuring a way to work my way out of that. And as that comes about and I get that behind me, I'll be completely honest, but I've been told right now, you know, from legal counsel not to say too much about that right now. But believe me, when it's all over and done, I'm gonna help people with burnout from retail and, you know, losing your identity. I put my identity into my bike shop, and when it failed, I felt like I failed personally. And in a way I did. You know, I'm back on the Mississippi Gulf now, so I'm running into friends and customers. I was one of those bike shops, I always rode with my customers anyway, but sometimes it was hard, you know, when you come out to the local mountain bike trail and everybody's complaining about their bikes, you know, and you just want to ride your bike. When, you know, most of that can be done during shop hours. So anyway, I'm back here with the community. You know, a lot of people maybe think I failed them because, you know, they bought a bike from me and now I'm out of business. I'm not there to support that bike. Well, I tried. I gave my time. I gave 30 years of income working a corporate job and having a retirement, and I gave it all. I gave it all to the bike shop. I don't have anything left. You know, everybody saw me in Europe this summer. Yeah, so I spent some money going to Europe. I had some sponsors, and, you know, I spent a lot of my own money too. But, you know, when you know you're going broke anyway, you might as well have a good time at the end doing it. So I brought you bicycle culture. I have some ideas to try to boost revenue for the channel so I don't have to go get a real job. I'm pretty deep, and I'm 56 years old. I'm pretty deep into trying to find a better life for myself. When I left my corporate career, you know, there's a lot of corporate people making money in their corporate career, and it's killing their soul, and I felt that. So I tried to open up a bike shop, and then COVID came and changed everything. Now I'm 56 years old, and 30 plus years of income and retirement is gone, and I'm broke, and it looks like I might go through a bankruptcy and lose what little bit I have left and have to completely rebuild at 56 years old. I want to do it still in the cycling world. I don't want to go back to accounting. I don't want to kill my soul. I want to live my best life and share in that. I'm working on a coaching platform to help people coach. Guiding, like if you can see this mountain bike trail I'm riding right now, oh my God, I want to share this with people. I want to share it with racers. I'm on my cross-country race bike right now. I want to share this with people who race bikes and want off-season training. I want to share this with people that are new to mountain biking and want to learn skills. This is a great trail. It's so pretty here. It's amazing. I would love to share what Mississippi has to offer for cycling. And I'm finding out that my services are valuable overseas. Like in Europe, people understand the pay-to-play model. I can go to Europe and be a cycling coach and make decent money. Here, it seems like I beg for scraps trying to be a cycling coach. Everybody wants it for free. I told a person recently that you know, wanted some mountain bike coaching. I'd be glad to. I gave them a discount on it, but their bike is broken. And I said, well, bring it to the bike shop and fix it. It's not part of my coaching program. You know, that's where you can support your bike shop. I'm not a bike. I am a bike mechanic for my personal bikes, but I'm not gonna, you know, open up a repair facility. You know, actually, I have a contract that says I can't. So I'm not really interested in fixing bikes for a living anymore because, you know, it just doesn't pay as much as I want to make. So when I told this person, you know, they're going to have to go get their bike fixed before they can get it coached, they kind of looked at me weird. They're a yoga instructor. I said, if someone rips their yoga mat, you don't sew their yoga mat up for them. You tell them, go get a yoga mat and come back and take yoga classes. So anyway, I'm dealing with that. I have a true passion for sharing cycling, and I have a lot of, you know, years of knowledge in gravel, mountain, road, light fitness. I want to help people find fitness and happiness through cycling and physical activity, going into their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. You know, I'm not really interested in being a pro level coach anymore. I want to be a coach for the mortals. So I want to take people on tours and show them some of the places I've gone, and show people the lifestyle and make enough money to make a decent living doing it. So why not? You know, if you're bringing people health, happiness, fitness, mental health, if you're saving people on their doctor's bills and prescription medicine by showing them a world, mountain biking is good for your brain. And I just experienced that a few minutes ago. So anyway, that's my update, 2026, January 2026. I'm here in Mississippi, riding my mountain bike, enjoying life. Not sure how broke I'm going to go. Looks like pretty damn broke. But, you know, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to keep on that quest for a better life. I'm not going back to my corporate career, even though I could sure use the medical insurance and the steady paycheck. I always laughed and said, man, if I have to live in my van down by the river, I will. Now I might not even have a van. Hey, but I'll figure it out. And guys, if you do need some coaching, if you want to come to Mississippi and do some off-season training, if you want to just ride a great, amazing trail system that's not, I mean, this is first week of January and it's not super cold out. Like, I'm riding in a shorts and a jersey. This is absolutely fantastic in South Mississippi. If you want to bring your family and have me take a tour of Biloxi on beach cruisers, and I'd show you guys the most amazing experience, you know, gravel riding, road riding. I can make an amazing guide for someone that hasn't seen South Mississippi. And make sure you're not wasting time getting lost or finding the wrong spot. If you want a premium tour, I know all the good hotels and can arrange a premium stay. If you want a budget stay, I know someone that could bring a van down to Bethel and you could sleep in their dang van. We can bring you some barbecue. You like, I could spin it all different ways, but I do need to get paid for my services. So I'll be fair and give you an amazing experience. Bart from Bicycle Rider YouTube, over and out for now. If you guys, you know, send me a message on this. Let me even know if my YouTube videos are reaching anybody anymore. Just know I appreciate my viewers that have been around for a long time, and I appreciate any viewers that are just starting to watch me and say, what the heck is this guy talking about? He's just rambling. And that's what I do. I grab a camera and say what's on my mind. I don't script anything. I will be doing some more bike and gear reviews because I know that well. I know that the bicycle industry well. I know fitness well. I mean, there's a lot of skills I have beyond being an accountant again, or going back into retail. Retail is very, very difficult, and it doesn't pay. So anyway, guys, Bart from Bicycle Rider YouTube. Over and out. More to come on my journey into 2026. But even with, if I start to look at the demise, man, I've got a good spirit. I'm going to keep things positive. Maybe I could be a life coach for people. Life coach with cycling as a background. Bart from Bicycle Rider YouTube. Over and out.